In Maragoli language, the word Kindiki, Kindiki has the same meaning as the Swahili word kitu gani. Kindiki, kitu gani. Success is failure, and failure is a lesson. Sometimes when you succeed, you have failed. And sometimes when you have failed, you learn a lesson from your failure. Yes, Kindiki has gotten in the Bere North seat. We all expect the broad-based government, the President William Samoei Arap Ruto, to be happy that Kindiki has gotten the Bere North seat. Of course, you may expect him to be praised. You may expect him to be praised, but he has brought about a problem. And the problem is it is not easy to ease him out. You see, if Mbere would have gone to the opposition, Kindiki would have been in a problem. Now it is really hard to elbow him out. Remember, when Oburu was being interviewed by NTV, he said that ODM cannot go for any position below that one of a deputy president. So, according to Oburu, in his interview with the NTV, he said it is either the deputy president or a position higher than the deputy president, which is the president. If ODM is to join UDA, or if ODM is to join Kenya Kwanza, Ruto cannot go for the deputy president as he has already served as a deputy president for 2 terms. Let us talk about it on a purely academic issue. If Ruto would have served as deputy president for 1 term, then served as president even for 2 terms, in theory, Ruto can contest for deputy president. We are talking about it on theory. But even on that same theory, even that same theory in the constitution, Ruto has already served 2 terms as a deputy president. So there is no way that Ruto can be a deputy president. Leave alone that, for any person worth his salt, you cannot even serve as a president for 6 months. We had it in South Africa. Yes, we had it in South Africa, where can't recall the name of the president, but when Jacob Zuma was impeached, his deputy president became the president for some time, and when the deputy president became president for some time, after the general election, they chose Cyril Ramaphosa. The deputy president, who was the deputy to Zuma, and who became the president for a few years before the general election, became the deputy president for Cyril Ramaphosa. It is practical, it has happened in South Africa. But many people, me included, would take the pride in not going to be a deputy president once he has occupied the presidency. But in Kenya, let us be very sincere with Ruto. Imagine Ruto being the president, even if he had served for 1 term, or even if he would not have served as a deputy president, supposing he would have just become a president straight away. It would really be odd for somebody who has occupied the presidency to go for the deputy president. So what we can say here is that what we can say here is that Ruto, if ODM has to join up with if ODM has to join up with UDA or even Kenya Kwanza, then Ruto cannot go for deputy president. So when Dr. Buru says, that they cannot go for anything below the deputy president, then it means that they can only go for deputy president. Although in when it comes to what do you call sokoni mnapiga bargain. Yeah, when it comes to bargaining, you usually talk of something higher so that you are given something that is less. But we'll come to that. So when Oburu said that they can only go for the lowest being DP, if Kindiki would not have gotten if Kindiki would not have gotten the Mbere seat, it would have been easy to push him aside. So you find that yes, Ruto may be happy that Kindiki delivered Mbere seat, but also Ruto may be unhappy that he delivered the seat, because it becomes a bit of a challenge to elbow him out having delivered that seat. Uh, if Mbere North would have gone to the other side, it would have made sense to sacrifice Kindiki. But now sacrificing him would have been hard. So it didn't go. So sacrificing Kindiki would be a problem. The other problem is that Kindiki was the co-chairman. The other problem now is that Kindiki was the co-chairman of the Raila Funeral Committee. The other co-chairman was Dr. Oburu. So it would be very difficult for the conscience of the Luo to turn down against the co-chair of the funeral committee of none other than Raila himself. So what I can say from here is that Kindiki's position as DP, even if ODM would join UDA or even join Kenya Kwanza to form a coalition in 2027, it would be a bit of a challenge to elbow out Kindiki, because people will say, are you elbowing out the chairman or the co-chairman of Raila's funeral? What I would say here is that there would be only one option. What I would say here that there will be one option, and it means that ODM would move down. Remember, I said that in bargain, you would bargain for something a bit up there so that you are brought down here. If you want to buy something at 100 shillings, then you offer 120. If you are selling something and you want to sell it at 100 shillings, you don't go for 100 shillings. You say, I'm selling it at 120, so that the person who is buying can tell you, I have only 100, and then you sell it at 100. But if you said you have 100, the person would say, I've got 90. So whenever you bargain, you go up. So what I'm trying to say here is that ODM has claimed the position of DP. They will be told it would be a bit hard to take out the co-chair of Raila's funeral committee. It would seem that Luos are not thankful. I'm not talking of ODM, I'm talking of Luo, because Luhyas and Luo, when it comes to funeral, they are very much emotional. Somebody who stood by you during your funeral, if you turn against him, it is counted as a curse. So it would only mean that ODM would go down to having a majority of the cabinet seats. It may lead to a position where ODM will insist that it needs 55%. I'm saying 55 because it is above half. 55% of the cabinet secretaries and other appointments in the new government. Thank you for listening.